It's that time again, folks. The legislative session is just about to kick off. So we're going to be here every week to tell you what's coming up and what went down at the Capitol. He's Nate, and I'm Andrew, and this is the DLC's Policy Corner.
Well, we updated on the governor's proposed budget last month, and we don't have a lot more info as of yet, but it sure seems like we can expect a tough budget year and more tax cuts from what we're hearing. It appears that social services appropriations, as well as other appropriations committees, will be meeting every other day. As the budget items become more clear, we'll certainly keep you updated, but we have gotten a pretty good chunk of bills at this point, so Andrew's going to tell us about those.
Of the bills out so far, we've got a few we're watching already. First up, HB 63 from Representative Daley Provo. We think the task force on the intersection between behavioral health and the criminal justice system could be a positive step. With that said, we would like to expand its emphasis on guardianship to include alternatives as additional options, something we're already talking to the sponsor about.
Similarly, we're optimistic about HB 167's focus on collaboration between adult probation and parole and the local mental health authorities to provide housing, employment, education, and treatment supports to individuals returning to their communities from jail or prison. We would like to work with Representatives Clancy and Elison to build on it by offering those in this population with a serious mental illness intensive wraparound services.
We're also happy to see HB 39 from Representative Elison begin to put some expectations around timely access to medical, dental, and mental health care for offenders still in prison.
A couple of similar bills in HB 127 and SB 81 make it a crime or more severe, or I guess less severe crime, to sexually abuse a vulnerable adult with a disability. We're going to have to reach out to Senator Plum about her definition of vulnerable adult in SB 81, as it could restrict those with disabilities from engaging in consensual behavior.
We believe HB 37's regional housing plan requirement is a good start, although we would like to see it incentivize physically accessible housing too. Likewise, we feel SB 26's housing and transit reinvestment zones should include a minimum amount of deeply affordable housing as well.
Two small pieces of potentially good news. First, HB 79 creates a tax exemption for adaptive driving equipment like hand controls, a swivel seat, or a lift. And second, HB 123 requires pharmacies to provide blind or visually impaired customers with accessible labels on prescription bottles.
We expect to see two bills we've been working on with Representative Abbott soon. One gives a person in the hospital because of a mental illness some basic rights. The other makes a supported decision-making agreement on alternative to guardianship. Hopefully the second and third time is the charm.
Well, that's what we know for now, but we'll do our best to update the DLC bill and budget trackers often, as well as post upcoming agenda items, meetings, and events to the calendar. All this, plus Policy Corner episodes, our public comments, and more, will be on our webpage at disabilitylawcenter.org/issues/public-policy. As always, thanks for watching the Policy Corner, and we'll see you next week. And remember, legislation is hot.